by Sean Cole. Welcome to Inside Sim Racing. I'm Sean Cole, and here we are for a tech tip today. And before I even get started, I got to tell you, originally this tech tip was going to be inside of one of our normal This Week Inside Sim Racing shows, but that show turned out to be a monster, and this came out as such a cool piece that we thought it deserved its own attention, and it might be information you want. In addition to this, if you go back in time, we've done a bunch of different tech tips in the past showing you different parts of the car. We're going to set up a new spot on our website for tech tips, and you're going to see all of those old ones. In addition to that, Darren had done a few track tips that you're going to want to see. We're going to segment those out, add that to the page as well. So here we are for today's tech tips, and we're going to talk about shocks. And once again, I have my trusty RC car here for demonstration purposes. I'm going to remove the body so we can kind of get a better look at it. And we're going to take a really good look today at the shocks on the car. Now first, what is a shock absorber? A shock absorber is a device used to absorb mechanical shocks as a hydraulic or pneumatic piston used to dampen the jarring sustained in a moving vehicle. So in layman's terms, this means it either stiffens or softens the car. Now that sounds like, but is different than the springs on the car. And I don't want to go into springs too much, but the spring's job is to hold the car's weight up. And the shock absorber's job is to speed up or slow down the transfer of weight. There are two different settings on the shocks that affect its movement. There's compression and there's rebound. Compression is when the shocks are being compressed, like when you step on the brakes and the front end of the car dips down. The shocks are then being compressed together, or the pistons are going up into the shock. Now rebound, or when the shocks are extending, happens at that same moment at the rear end. So as the front of the car is dipping, the rear end tends to lift. The moment that the shocks start to extend, you're under rebound conditions. In either case, the higher the setting, the more resistant the shock is to those forces. So in other words, if I have a higher compression as the front end is dipping, that higher setting is resisting or slowing down the transfer of weight to the front wheels. Likewise, looking at the rear end, when I have a higher setting, the moment that the shock starts to extend, a higher rebound setting is slowing down that and also slowing down the transfer of weight. Now all that demonstration was actually for corner entry. Now the moment that we get back to the gas, everything is moving rearward. We're coming off of the weight of the front wheels and transferring weight to the rear of the car as we get hard on the gas. And you'll even notice that the front end of the car tries to lift off the ground in some cases. We have now reversed everything. The rear end is now squatting down, compressing, under compression. A higher setting is going to slow down that transfer of weight. Reversely, on the front end, our front end is now lifting or extending, and a higher rebound setting is going to slow down those forces. So here's a general guide to what will happen when you start making adjustments to compression and rebound. Talking compression on the front, that's under braking, a higher number is going to tighten the car or create more understeer. A lower compression number is going to loosen the car or create more oversteer. Looking on the rebound side, which is under acceleration, a higher front rebound is going to tighten the car, and a lower rebound setting is actually going to loosen the car. Looking at the rear end, under compression, a higher setting is going to loosen the car or create more oversteer. A lower setting is then going to tighten the car or create more understeer. And lastly is the rear rebound, which occurs when we're under braking and it's extending. And the higher the setting, it'll loosen the car or create more oversteer. And the lower the setting, it'll tighten the car or create more understeer. Now I've used extreme moments on the track under heavy braking or heavy acceleration. The truth is, all of these come into play anytime we're transferring weight. If the shock is compressed, the moment it starts to come back, it's under rebound. And anytime setting up a car, I gotta tell you, too much of something good can turn bad. So when you're making adjustments, make small adjustments, 1 or 2 clicks to one item. Go out and do 10 laps. Write down notes, see what it's done to the handling, see what it's done to tire temps. When it comes to the best tuners, they're patient people. You can't change everything on the car and go out and see what it did in one lap. It takes time to see what these changes did and know how the car really is feeling or responding to it. So the next time you're making an adjustment to your shock, I hope this has helped you out a little bit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.
Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels, including Logitech, Fanatec, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.